Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, I'm just gonna keep it 1,000 with everybody on here. You gotta be selfish sometimes. You gotta put yourself first. Like, of course I wanna talk to my family. Of course I wanna pop out and have fun and let's do this, let's do that. But it's just like, man, like I'm gonna be old one day. Like I'm gonna be 35. Like, and I'm thinking about this at 19, 20.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be 35 one day. So I gotta think about my future. I have to do something right now. So when I get in my 30s, that I'm not tripping about bills or anything like that. So
What up,
honestly,
my people? So good to have you guys back again. I know if you're watching this, then you're a serious trader who wants to get better in their trading. So today, I'm so excited. We have a cracker, another cracker of a profile. We have Doyle Exchange. Doyle is such an inspiration. He dropped out of college and went to work as a factory worker. Doyle has worked really hard on his trading, spending 10 to 12 hours working on it, and is now a huge success in the trading world. Doyle just spits game, so as my American people would say. So I hope you guys enjoy. Please watch till the end because I have one of Doyle's favorite books, and I think you guys will appreciate that. So let us know what you think. Okay, smash a like button, subscribe because we got some exciting other profiles coming up. Much love. Cheers.
Another one. Another one.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, let's get ready to rumble!
Okay, so I ran into trading through a mutual friend. I saw that he made a little over $1,000 in a day. I was just amazed. As soon as I saw his MT4, I'm like, wow, I didn't think that was possible. And I ended up joining iMarkets Live just to get introduced to the basics. But after I was there for about 4 or 5 months. After I left, then I started really taking trading a little bit more serious after that. So, okay, so iMarkets Live, they show me the basics like regular market structure, candlestick patterns. And then after I left, I ended up getting Fibs Don't Lie course. He showed me a little more in depth as far as the market because iMarkets Live, they kind of taught me how to trade with indicators. So when I left, it was kind of like something new as far as learning market structure and trading with no indicators. So that was the beginning when I first started learning how to trade was through Fibonacci. And then I ended up not using that to this day. I don't use it anymore. Okay. Well, man, when I first started taking it very, very serious, I would just lock myself in my room for like a few hours, just back testing, supply and demand. Like, well, that's the main strategy that I use. But once I started really falling in love with supply and demand, I really started taking it very serious. And I was just studying like 10 hours a day. I trade in the morning, study, go to work, get off of work, study some more until I can perfect my craft and be able to grow accounts. But I never wanted to. I never wanted to leave my job until I can be able to flip like at least 3-4 accounts. So
Davon.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like I'm just gonna keep it 1,000 with everybody on here. You gotta be selfish sometimes. You gotta put yourself first. Like, of course I wanna talk to my family. Of course I wanna pop out and have fun and let's do this, let's do that. But it's just like, man, like I'm gonna be old one day. Like I'm going to be 35. Like, and I'm thinking about this at 19, 20.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to be 35 one day. So I gotta think about my future. I have to do something right now. So when I get in my 30s, that I'm not tripping about bills or anything like that. So honestly, like it wasn't that hard for me to just focus on me because I really was going to put myself first before anybody else. After I'm good, then I can bless other people. But I can't do that if I'm not good. So it wasn't really that hard for me to just say, you know what, let me just block out the noise, the ladies, the clubbing, the partying, the people that's not really on anything. It wasn't that hard. I'm not gonna lie. Well, that's just for me. That only applies to me, but it wasn't really hard for me to get rid of people and just focus on my journey. No structure. I'm talking about the whole foundation of Forex is just out the window. They don't have a laptop. They want to trade off their phone. They trade any time of the day. They trade any type of pair.
bro, they doing literally all the above. It's just like, bro, slow down, get you some organization. What is your trading plan? Are you a pullback trader? Are you a breakout trader? How many pips you trying to go for? You going up for 10? Oh, what's your risk to reward? Like, you're not even thinking about none of that. There's no structure in the way you trading. So it's just like, bro, you're gonna blow your account in a day or so. Like, it's just a matter of time before you lose all your money. So it was really kind of trial and error because I was losing a little bit because when I was using Fibonacci and supply and demand, I was kind of like bouncing all over the place. So I'm like, okay, what is really going to make sense? I like Fibonacci. I'm making money from it. I like supply and demand. I'm making money from it. But I need to stick to one strategy so I can be able to perfect it. So I traded Fibs for about like a year and a half. But then once I really got better at supply and demand, that's when I said, okay, I'm ditching Fibonacci. Let me just go hard on supply and demand. But it was trial and error. Like, I had to critique his strategy in a way to make it more accustomed for me so it can make more sense to me, because I just feel like when you learn for other people, everything may not click. Everything may not make sense. So I had to like critique it a little bit so I can be able to extract money from the market. So I used to try to go for like a 1 to 4, 1 to 5. And I mean, that's very possible. You can get that, but it just wasn't working for me. So I'm like, okay, how can I be able to scalp in and out of the market? I really realized that I was trying to be a trader that I'm not. So I'm more of a fast-paced scalper. I want to be in and out of the market, but me trying to catch a 1 to 5, 1 to 6, whatever, it kind of made me get out of character because that's not who I am. I'm not really as patient, even though you have to be patient in the market. That's just not who I am. I want my money right then and there. So once I started scalping and just being in and out of the market, that's when I really started getting comfortable with trading supply and demand.
Powerful.
So,
And so
self-development is really something that people got to do before they even feel like they should be profitable. Like, you got to really know yourself, because I be catching myself all the time. Like, why am I feel like I want to just get in a trade? And I just made 3,000 today. Like, it just, I don't know. I did a lot of self work, but it's stuff that involving spirituality and meditation and being alone that I feel like I don't know. I be feeling in tune with the market. Sometimes I can't explain how I be cutting my losses because it's just like, I've been doing this for a while. And I only been doing it for 4 years, but it's just, I don't know. I did a lot of self-work.
Why it
I
should
can't
work.
really explain.
The real reason why I like the 5-minute for setups and why I mainly back tested the 5 minute is because I only show up to the market at a specific time, and I only back test at a specific time. So if I show up at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm only going to back test during that time. I'm not going to back test no other sessions but my session. So when I back test and I looked at the 5 minute, I'm like, okay, during 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time up until noon, I have a 75% win rate during this time. So I'm only going to back test New York session only. I don't back test no other sessions. So yeah, that's kind of how I did it.
In the
Awesome.
future.
Awesome.
The work is going to work.
Yep.
Like,
Always.
like, people, you can't fake the work that you put in. You can't fake that. If you keep repetitively doing something, okay, he didn't put in a lot of time.
It shows.
It shows every single time.
It
So
shows.
whatever craft that you're doing, over time, you're going to get better. Whether you're doing photography, whether you're doing podcasts, you're going to get way colder in your podcast.
Yep.
I'm going to get way better next year in trading. So the results is going to show regardless. People can say whatever they want to say, but the work is going to show if you put it in, period.
Yeah.
So
I would probably say that I come to the market unbiased every single day. A lot of traders tend to if they see a downtrend, they're only trying to take sales. And some days it may be a reversal. But with me, I'm ready for whatever happens. So I'm very flexible with the market, and I just be unbiased every single day. Anything can happen in the market, and being biased, that can definitely cause you to lose money for sure.
So treat trading as a business. Treat it as if it was your kid, because you got to cherish it. You got to grow it, got to water it. Sometimes it may not grow a little bit, but that's okay though. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like my advice for any entrepreneur that's into trading is just enjoy the process. Because I remember when I was at my job and I wasn't making a lot of money. And I'm like, man, one day I'm going to get out of this. You got to trust yourself, trust the vision, and pray. A lot of people don't pray, bro. I don't know why. Like, our generation, we don't, like, nobody go to church, nobody pray. I was doing a lot of prayer. Like, it was by myself. I go on a jog, pray, like, man, something's going to come up. Something's going to happen. Something is going to bless me to get to the point where I am financially free.
Yeah.
So people got to really, truly believe and have faith in what they're doing. You cannot do something and kind of be halfway on the board. Like, you got to be full, like, all the way on the board. Like, you cannot play with it. So my advice is just believe in yourself and keep consistently growing. Even if you had a rough week, keep going that next week. It's going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
For sure.
The Lost Wealth.
Man, that book is, first of all, everybody should read that book. Like, straight up, everybody read Trading in the Zone. Mark Douglas, great book for traders. But that book just made me realize how greedy I am. It just really just opened me up. Like, wow, I really just, like, it was like, wow, I'm like, I'm not money hungry, but I hate to lose and I want to maximize the win.
Yeah.
Once I read that book, I'm like, okay, maybe I should be okay with what the market gives me rather than what I want, you know? So I read that book, and that's when I really turned into the scalper that I am today. I'm not gonna lie, it really made me just wanna okay, take what the market give you. Take 10 pips, take 15 pips. You don't have to catch that big move.
Yeah.
And you playing 33 lots, you don't have to catch these these long moves. You can catch the small moves. So that really made me just content with just taking the profits when I have it, close it, take another setup, or just walk away, show a big like. So I did a lot of documentation. It's so much you can document on YouTube. You can't really show everything. Like, I can show you like maybe a year after I started trading or little bits and pieces. But when you're alone, that's really where the self-work is at.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like when I was like having like bad days in the market or I would lose some money, I'd be like, okay, what did I do wrong? How was I feeling that day? Like, okay, did I rush into this trade? What happened yesterday? Am I dealing with any personal problems? Because that's gonna cause you to do like risky stuff and like lose money. So I really just did a lot of documentation, and honestly, me being alone a lot made me really be more comfortable with my trading style, how I trade, how I approach every single setup. It's just once trading become a part of you, you would know what to do in the market. Like, you don't even have to question yourself. Like, even though sometimes I do question my setups, but I still have confidence and belief in myself. Like, I just know, like, okay, if I make this decision in the market, I'm willing to pay the consequences. And I trust myself, so I'm gonna just do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's powerful.
You just got no discipline. You don't follow your trading plan. You don't let your TPs get hit. You get scared. Emotions all over the place. Your heart beating and shit. Bro, I know you new. I know you a beginner trader. But you gotta have some type of discipline, bro. And it's gonna take some time, man. I'm just now starting to get really good at my discipline. But when I first started, man, I'm talking about I'm breaking all the rules, man. I'm breaking all of them. I'm trying to, bro, it's Grand Theft Auto out there, bro. I'm breaking into cars, bro, going past red lights, man. Cops chasing me. I was not following anything. So you gotta get some type of discipline, man. What I recommend for you is to get a whiteboard and write down your trading plan. I don't need to write down a trading plan no more because I'm just disciplined now. But at the beginning, write down, okay, I'm looking for a pullback and pullbacks only. Don't force breakout trades. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to see that. You're going to have to practice your brain to be disciplined because most humans aren't just disciplined. Just off the rip, we're just not disciplined. So get disciplined.